Hello, everyone, and welcome to TarotStache. This is our monthly Twillow talk that we do with our good friend Gerald. Welcome, Gerald.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Always an honor.
When you're here.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here to, I don't know, create some chaos, mix some things up, have some honest conversation, ask weird questions.
Excellent.
It's what I do.
I'm Tanys from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And Jennifer is also here from My Holistic Self and Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And yeah, so we're here. Hi.
Hi.
There we go. See?
All of the links are below, peeps.
There we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when we're coming on. And there it is. See?
Yep. I'm very predictable, aren't I?
We love this about you, Jerry.
Yeah. No, I love these shows when we get to do the TarotStache. And one of these days I'm going to actually have a little mustache. Actually, you want to hear something wild? So today I was in the shower and I grabbed the conditioner, and I have this like conditioner for like enhancing the hair bond follicles and all that kind of stuff. And I washed everything, and then I got the conditioner, and then instead of putting it in my hair, I just washed my face. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. That is not what I'm supposed to be doing with the conditioner. And I washed it all off, and then I had this moment of, oh, I've just enhanced all the hair follicles on my face. Wouldn't that be funny if I had a mustache by the time? Random things you think about in the shower.
Very true.
I don't know. Sometimes you do. I think we do our best thinking in the shower. It's very relaxing, and we can, block out everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You got it.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
So we have Kaylee saying hello. Hello.
Hello.
She is workshop creation lurking.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I had one of the sheets today. It looks awesome. So, well, maybe we should do the weather.
Let's do the weather.
Space weather live.
I've done some research so that I can sound like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this.
Oh, good.
Nice.
I've only done 7 pages of research.
Oh my gosh.
Well, would you like to give the weather forecast?
No, but I can give definitions of what things are. What are we starting with?
Perfect. Let's start with the solar flares. So we had one a little bit earlier. There we go. We had one there. And if we look, actually, we had a bigger one. There's usually some history down here. Of course, not today because I'm trying to show it to you. But usually there's history. We did have some bigger spikes over the weekend. It doesn't show on here because it's back here. But we did.
And this is the solar flares are sudden bursts of electromagnetic radiation from the sun caused by the release of magnetic energy.
Correct.
And they're classified by intensity in soft X-ray wavelengths measured by NOAA satellites.
Yes.
A, B, and C are small. M is medium strength, and X is the strongest.
Correct.
And how that relates to the metaphysical. Do you want me to shut up, or is this too much?
No, please go ahead.
The metaphysical lens for this is this surges of solar energy can influence human consciousness, energy levels, emotions, or spiritual awakenings. So when we have lots of solar flares or M class, there's physically like short-lived radio blackouts in the polar regions and such, but some people think that M-class flares can trigger restlessness, vivid dreams, or heightened intuition. But again, there's no evidence of that because guess what? It's metaphysical. The sciences have not picked up on it yet completely.
Not completely, but we had this wonderful talk on Gerald's show, A Laugh and Learn, and we talked all about neutrinos. And neutrinos are particles that are continually traveling through space. And so when we have solar flares or even coronal mass ejections, what ends up happening is those neutrinos are being multiply shot at us. And exponentially, energetically, that is what is hitting us. And so even though we don't necessarily have the science behind it, science has acknowledged that the neutrinos are there. And we do know that this energy that is coming through has very specific nuances to it. That's when we do the transits. And so that energy that hits us is that much stronger or that much more intensified. And so we know that that's going to impact us because, imagine we're used to playing catch with like a little ball, and then all of a sudden, we get a giant, massive bouncy ball thrown at our face, right? It's like, whoa, okay, that's more intense than what we're used to catching.
Well, and I don't know. I have a feeling that this might relate to the transit too. This conversation,
it's all connected.
And what's great is, I love how what it takes. Okay, so we have the the flare, and that flare we're experiencing it on planet Earth, or we've observed it in the sun?
Both.
Yes.
Okay. Because how long does that energy take to get from the sun to planet Earth?
So if it's a flare, it's within a couple of hours.
Okay.
If it's a coronal mass ejection, which is a more dense pocket, that one of plasma, that actually takes 2 to 3 days to arrive because it's heavier.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And I love that we're going through this, but also I'll put in the chat. I did a blog series last year on these. So if you really want to kind of dive into it, it talks about our cosmic connection. There's a blog on solar flares and space weather, on the Schumann, on neutrinos, on neutrino oscillations and how they carry the unique energies. And then I even, because, I like to geek out on neutrinos, quantum physics, and cosmic influence. So it's a neat little kind of read through series. So I'll put that in the chat there.
I love that.
And here we are. The KP index has been fairly low and normal in the last bit.
The KP index measures the global magnetic activity on a scale of 0 to 9. 0 and 1 are quiet geomagnetic conditions. 2 to 4 is normal, slightly unsettled, and 5 or plus is geomagnetic storms, increasing intensity towards 6. This is where the storms can occur when solar wind and charged particles from the sun disturbs the Earth's magnetic field.
Yes.
And high KP values can disrupt power grids. They can screw with satellites, navigation systems, and all of that stuff. I think this is it's an interesting thing. When that magnetic field is in flux, we feel it in some way, and people who are sensitive experience it a little differently than other people who may not. And one is not right. One is not better than the others, but it's the sense of that's when a lot of people just feel tired because it's like, this again.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it can be an overstimulating feeling for people that are sensitive.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So if someone were to have really active dreams, it could be.
Absolutely. well, sleep disruption, headaches, mood changes, like even depending on how sensitive you are, like heart rate variability, like all of that can be impacted because it's magnetic, right? Even, and again, melatonin regulation is all about like sleep, and that gets all out of whack with this too. You know, like, and again, I like to make it into something fun, but like if the earth is a energy, like magnetic ball, right? Then this mass, the computer likes that. Then this mass coming in from the sun, it hits it. But then it, like, if you imagine it like Jello, it's like, right? It's like that that magnetic energy force is now like all wobbly and moving. And so it's, of course, we're going to feel that if we're sensitive, it's going to.
Yeah. And it's like a reverberation. That wow is like a reverberation kind of effect.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's that. Yeah. Then we go to the Schumann, which is actually kind of calm today. It's like 17 today.
You sound disappointed.
No, not disappointed.
No, I'm just being silly.
Our usual is 7.8, so it's still elevated, but only mildly elevated. Often lately we've been having it quite elevated, like, 60s. 30s to 60s has been a little more normal. So this is a little bit lower than what we have been having. Not that that's a problem, because it's still higher than our Earth frequency, which is 7.8 hertz.
And this is, and help me if I'm not quite right about this. There's, the scientific basis of it is a set of electromagnetic resonances in the space between Earth's surface and the ionosphere, excited by lightning strikes. This is that. Is it almost like? Do you remember when you had socks on and you would to rub your feet on the carpet, and you'd sort of, doing
Get
that.
Staticky.
Staticky, because I think this is one of those things. I think, didn't you at one point, Tanys, call this like, this is the Earth's heartbeat?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
And just like humans, we get very excited. We're calm at other times, and that's a natural thing. And paying attention to it is if our heartbeat's racing too much, by the way, for entertainment purposes only, blah, blah, blah. But if we have an elevated space, it affects everything else with our body.
Yes.
Absolutely. Just
go ahead.
Just going into the nervous system, right? Because we were talking about this on the most recent Laugh and Learn, and navigating our own nervous system. But you have to remember that our nervous system is bioelectrical, right? The brain is communicating electrically, and the heart is generating measurable electromagnetic fields. So when we recognize that, like, we operate from this kind of electric energy field, of course, global electric energy fields and atmospheric stuff is going to impact us.
Yeah. I love, the idea of understanding and having a conversation like we are about this, because there's science around this. And then there's experience around this. And then there's knowing around this. Yeah.
Well, and that goes to the comment,
nerd
right?
Tarot.
Yeah. Like, thanks for joining us. But it says, like, it would be really interesting to log some of these values while journaling. I don't know how these things impact me, but patterns might emerge if I logged and reviewed later. Absolutely. If we each took the time to pay attention to all of these things, it would be incredible to go, oh, wow, let me see, like, how this shows up for me and why, I feel this way at this time. And like we can even include our own natural biorhythms, our cycles, all of those things in that and go, oh, well, this time when I hit this energy, my biorhythm was really low physically and I felt completely drained. Whereas this time I hit it, but my biorhythm was high and it showed up that way, right? Like there's an incredible amount of information that we can get by just paying attention. And journaling is a beautiful way to do that. And also, hi.
Yes, also hi.
And
And hello to Nalani as well.
Hi. And then, there is Trixie, my friend, who I was.
Trixie.
Trixie.
Hello, Trixie.
Thank you for joining us.
We've deep dived into some of this stuff. I think one of the cool things, if I can, I want to bring this all together is there are 3 of us on screen. I don't know how many people are watching or watching back, but if we were to pay attention to that and journal it, every single one of us is going to have a different experience with it.
Yeah.
It's no less important. Mine is no less important than yours. It's just an awareness to understand of part of it is going back and going, what happened? I had crazy dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can look and you can go, oh, well, I know for me in the dream state, when, the KP index is really high, I'm extremely active with this type of activity.
Yeah, definitely. And the moon and stuff plays a role in all of that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like the moon is also something that we sense. It affects the energy and the frequencies of the earth, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So.
Because there's
Go ahead.
Hi, Maru.
Hi, Maru.
There's this beautiful balance because, and that can be fluid because there are people who, I don't believe in all that mumbo jumbo. And then there's people who, I had to catch my breath or, all of a sudden, the world's going to end. There's a whole lot between them.
Yeah, definitely.
And the dogs went in.
The dogs want in. Of course they do. But on that, I started doing something new and I was told, do it. I'm going to do it. If it takes off and you guys like it, I will keep doing it. If you don't, it is a lot of work and I probably will not keep doing it. And I'm just being honest. But so I started doing the Mystic Mondays, but then what I decided to do was to shift that. So on Sunday, I'm going to do the energy update for the week. So there's like a whole layered system to this. So right now I have May done. So I did a May outline. And there's a blog on Passenger Consciousness with all of the energies for May. And what I'm doing is I'm incorporating the human design energy with the Mayan energy of the day and the moon energy of the day. And so it's all included in there to see how those energies are all working together. And then each week I'm going to do a little video about it. And each day I have just a tiny little blurb about the day, the minor shifts each day with the day energy, because in both the human design and the Mayan calendar, each day has a specific energy associated with it. So it's not just the transits. But I think it is so important because it gives us permission to go, oh, I just don't feel like it today. And to look and go, oh, today's not an action day. Okay, I can give myself permission to not have to do it right now.
Well, and I think Hypnocity's having one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time in a long while she felt really yucky. Don't feel like doing anything.
Yeah. So giving yourself permission to not have to.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey.
Well, and I think it's a really beautiful thing because I'm a firm believer that we can use this information to help us understand how we are in the world and how we're experiencing the world and people around us. We can plan it all out, or we can completely ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
We can choose which color toothpaste we use based upon this phase of the moon and all that stuff. However, there's a wide variety.
Yeah.
And when we limit ourselves, and because trust me, there are some times when, let's say the cards say, don't do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, you want to watch? I'm all about doing that. It's okay. You're just informed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just informed.
Well, and even that, right? So like today's energy update, it says today the energy turns inward slightly, making space for reflection around your role, your voice, your place. So you may question what's truly yours to give. If something feels off, it's not a step back, it's an opportunity for recalibration. Give yourself space to discern your truth. How you do that is going to be uniquely your own, right? That step back might be, I'm shutting down today and I'm not doing anything.
Yes.
That step back might be, now I'm doing it anyway. And everything in between.
Yes. 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 And sometimes when we look at that, as you're talking about that energy, there's this, because sometimes, excuse me, this is just Gerald's experience, okay? Your mileage may vary. Sometimes I've learned something, and I've learned it, and I've learned it, and I've learned it. And then I have to go back and I have to go, what is that again? Because then I can look at it with refreshed eyes, with experience, and then try to experience it and understand it as a beginner, beginner's mind, that sort of thing. And, and I think it's that opportunity to have incorporation with experience, and then going, oh, now I get what that means. I get why the author repeated that 4 times, put it in bold, enlarge the font 300%. Oh, I get that.
Or the TV show where they like zone in on somebody's like whatever. And you're like, why are they doing that? And then there is a reason always.
Yeah.
So in the city or Nalani says, what's really mine is sometimes the hard part. Yes.
Oh yeah.
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 Trixie says she does that often. What you were describing.
Yeah.
Once you learn a little more, is helpful. Sometimes you need that basis, right? Before you move into fully.
Well, yeah. And like what you were saying, Gerald, I remember like I would read something and it meant one thing at one point in my life. Right. And then I go back and read it again and I'm like, wow, that means something else entirely right now compared to what it did last time I read that.
Yes. And those are the times when I'm glad I was reading with a pen or a pencil or a highlighter, because this was really meaningful. And I read it now and I'm going, wow, okay, that was a lot of experience ago. Now I get it. So, yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's amazing how movies will change in the meaning too. Even, like I watched movies before, like My Awakening or whatever, and I'm going back to watch them now, and they're totally different meaning. Totally different. So, yeah.
Is there one that you've watched recently that you suddenly go, oh wow?
Well, I mean, The Matrix is one that everybody, feels that way about. I think other ones like Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Because, when you're a kid, you just take it for face value, but there's all sorts of other stuff in there that, maybe not so spiritual, that one, but
yeah. I guess it depends upon if you were playing it with Dark Side of the Moon and under certain influences or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even ones like Ghost, when you haven't seen a ghost or you haven't got that framework, and then all of a sudden you have that framework and you see it and you're like, oh, I know what they're doing there.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah.
And Trixie said, or they are now crunch worthy and you wonder why you liked because it makes you angry now.
Yeah, there's ones like that
That
too.
happens too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I recently rewatched the movie The Fifth Element,
Mm,
and it's a. Have you seen that? Have you seen The Fifth Element?
a long time ago.
Okay,
So I don't remember much about it myself.
okay. Spoiler alert: The Fifth Element is the female. Duh. Like, duh. But there are things. We can talk about this after the show. But it's an interesting thing to watch it, and you go, "Wow, there's a lot of. This isn't all just great costumes and a scientific, a sci-fi premise.
Hmm.
It's based in something. Well, it's the hero's journey, Star Wars.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's another thing when we started getting our past life stuff back, and all of a sudden, Star Wars and Star Trek all have a whole new meaning for me.
I have always enjoyed them.
I always liked them, but
Yep.
yeah, those are big ones for that.
Yeah. Well, and then we talk about it all of the time, but then having those memories come in, you're like, oh no, they really were inspired. Like this did actually come from somewhere. This wasn't just,
and George Lucas has talked about that, and I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
One time in the shower, a song came on and would normally be a love song, kind of. But once it started, I got this feeling of God guides, etc., singing the song to me instead of me to another person. And it was a beautiful experience and change of perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
That's great. And kudos to you for being open to having that experience. Yeah, because you got to do that. Maru watches The Fifth Element frequently.
And Alani's just talking to Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
I've watched The Matrix far too many times. So, but that's okay.
Well, it's such a beautiful allegory for everything that we are actually living. So I don't know that there is too many times on that one.
Yeah, I don't think so. I watched a series, Starfleet Academy. I'm not sure if it's Netflix or Disney. One of them. Anyway, my light just went out again. Okay. Anyway, last time I did that, it just came on again. So we just have company, I guess. Yeah, and it was very much like the school that Jen and I went to in our galactic life. In the Celestial Academy. So that was pretty cool too.
Great.
I've only seen I think like a couple episodes of it, but yeah, it's fascinating when you do these things, or hearing other people talk about stuff. I remember one person was sharing about this experience they had, and oh yeah, that was the academy. Oh yeah, that was this, and it's like, it's really awesome to see those experiences kind of validate the experiences that you remember.
See, I don't know why it went out. It was fine.
That's okay.
Was it the Schumann, the KP, a solar flare?
No, I have think it might be a being, but
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or is it the transit, which we haven't gotten to, but trying to make it more complex than it really is?
Could be that too.
I've never done that. I've never made something more complex than it needs to be.
I think
For
it
those
might be
of
on
you
a
who
daily.
believe me, please give this video a thumbs up.
And those who don't, also
give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for joining us. Snort. I love that.
Because, Trixie is one of my best friends and the longest friend. We've known each other for 40 years. And
Oh, wow.
fortunately, when we were younger, we did not have cell phones, so there's no photographic evidence.
Good thing. I am grateful for myself as well that there was not any evidence back then.
Yes.
I know. I carried around those disposable cameras and got them printed all the time. There's evidence of all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
I'm a little bit older than you, Jen.
My kids found one of the disposable cameras and they were like, "What is this, Mom?" Like, it's a camera.
Can you still get that film developed?
I don't
I bet
know.
you can.
I
You
don't
probably
know.
have to send it
so.
away.
I
Anyhow,
think Walmart still develops film.
Do they?
Actually, I don't know. They print from digital pictures, but I don't know if they develop. Maybe not.
Trixie, do
Anyway.
not threaten me. Do not threaten me, Trixie.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Trixie, I think we need to have a
I
special
think we need to
show
see them.
where you come on with pictures.
Anyhow, Trixie is one of those people who my Robin Wood tarot deck is mixed with her energy in it. So there were 3 people we mix it together here. So yeah.
No, that would have to be a with Gerald's permission thing anyway, and it wouldn't be live.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But you were going to talk about the transits.
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know. There's a comment there. I don't know if we.
Yeah. Do you want to
get
do
up
that before we move on? Yeah.
I said this on an earlier show today, but I used to photograph everything I thought was beautiful, and then I realized I'd rather enjoy the beautiful than find the best shot. Just be here now. You did say that,
Yeah.
Jan. You are correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So that's kind of fitting with our transit. So our transit right now, where did I put my card? It's right here. It is the gate 23. And we're going to be in this transit until Friday. And it is the gate of splitting apart. It's the gate of assimilation and the elimination of intolerance. So it moves us from the shadow of complexity to the siddhi, or the enlightened state of quintessence, through the gift of simplicity. So this energy this week is really asking us to look at the deeply transformative and expressive frequencies that govern our relationship with insight, communication, and simplicity. So the key is not about accumulation. It's not about having all the greatest pictures or anything like that. It is really about distillation. So how do we sit with this energy and allow it to be brought into its simplest form? Right? So it's the pressure to simplify understanding into a clear expression. Right? So at the shadow level, what ends up happening is we get kind of caught up in, they're not going to understand unless I explain every tiny little thing.
Wow.
Right? Whereas, if we get into the gift of it, it's like, okay, I'm going to figure out what is the simplest way that I can allow this energy to come forward, right? Allow truth to become clear, direct, alive. So we could be, sitting with the shadow where we're over-explaining. It's confusing communication. Maybe there's like mental overwhelm that's happening, or difficulty expressing the ideas clearly because we get attached to the intellectual sophistication of it all, right? I need to make this make sense. And so we get stuck in that, versus the gift aspect of this, where we're able to have clear communication, effortless understanding, and we can speak from the essence of what something is. So that allows for that ease of expression. And it just allows for us to have more accessibility to wisdom and alignment, right? If my brain is trying to figure it out and put it all forward, I get stuck in all the nuances of what that means. Whereas, when we look at like a channeled message coming through. It's just this, okay, here's the message. It's clear, it's concise, right? And we recognize that there is a spaciousness to that. And so at its true form, quintessence, because not everybody is familiar with that, but it is this idea where we are able to sit in pure transformation and transmission of the energy, right? So there's no effort to communicate. The truth just kind of radiates directly out. And this can transcend language altogether. So, those moments where, if you've had them, I know we have talked about these, before, where you can sit with somebody and there's just this knowing that's there. You can just hold that space and it's like, there doesn't have to be words in that moment, right? That's truly what this can move us to. So reflections for this energy. Where am I overcomplicating something simple? How do I communicate my insights with others? What truth is asking to be expressed more clearly? And what would happen if I trusted simplicity? And, I like to do the check-in with the body. What does clarity feel like in my body? When something is clear, how does that feel? How does that show up?
Mhm.
So the affirmation for this energy is, I trust the power of simplicity. I allow truth to express itself clearly through me. With clarity, wisdom becomes alive.
There's a great deal of power in that statement of how does clarity feel in my body,
Mm-hmm.
and being willing to allow that to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I think, Jennifer, you and I talked about this. There's a need for us to be honest with, how do I want to say this? Okay, I'm going to go in a different way. Part of that simplicity is we have to allow space for silence.
Mm.
We live in a world where you have to have more information, and it's like, no, you don't. You need space for things to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Integration of information.
Absolutely. That lands. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've got some messages here. Where are we? This one?
At 6:12 a.m. Eastern Standard, the moon and sun set and rise at the same time, opening a rare gate.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you better be careful not to let the dogs out.
And that is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Yeah.
5:12.
Mm-hmm. They always feel the energy and go hog wild.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Observe without absorbing. Things don't always make sense till much later. Yeah, till often when we do that integration period, we allow it to integrate.
And what was it somebody said recently? Going back, hold on, because this is something that you said, Jennifer, was care without carrying.
Mm-hmm.
We have to know what that looks like. We have to know what that feels like and what it looks like for you.
Yeah.
That can be a real challenge for us, even for people when they're experiencing their own stress.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, if I'm caring about you, I don't have to deal with my stress.
Mm-hmm. And then it creeps up on us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. I will.
Did it again.
Yeah, I will just remind you of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is it, because we take on so much. And sometimes we take it on and it's not intentional, right? Like we've talked a lot about the different clairs and stuff like that. And I know for me, sentience is one of the ones that shows up the most, where I feel it in my body. I remember walking in the mall and I was going up the stairs and immediately I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to pass out. And I was like, I know this isn't me. And I looked and I was like, that person right there is going to pass out. And I went to go, but somebody came up next to them and down she went. But it was those moments of like, what is this? Because I do carry, right? Even if it is just for a moment, I carry it. And so it's like being able to step in and go, okay, I picked this up, but it's not mine. Is there something I need to do with it? Yes or no? And then I need to release it because I cannot continue to carry it, even though I've picked it up.
Mm-hmm. You're both healers, and some people who are watching are healers. Some people who are watching the playback are also healers. Don't you have to figure out your mapping? Because if you're doing Reiki on someone and you get a sense that your right elbow hurts, it may actually be their left elbow. You may actually, it may be the opposite, something along those lines. Is that, I don't know why I'm bringing that up.
I think it depends on the person.
Oh, yeah. Well, and every healer has to it depends upon the person the healer is working on.
Yes, but more the healer, how they get the messaging.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
I definitely have that.
Mirrored. And sometimes it'll be the same. And it's not necessarily one or the other. But we also have to be really mindful of that and doing the healing. I think I may have shared this before, but when it was first kind of figuring a lot of this out, I remember I was at work and all of a sudden my hip was hurting so bad. And I don't know what I had done at that moment to allow myself to feel more, because I normally would feel a little twinge of something and then I'm like, okay, and I let it go. And I just know that somebody around has that pain, but this one just stayed and it wouldn't go. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to heal this because it's staying with me and I don't know what's, I should have, checked in. And then a coworker comes in back into the office. She'd been in there earlier and she's like, I have hip surgery scheduled for a week from now and my hip suddenly doesn't hurt anymore. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we need to check in, Jen. Maybe we need to like step back for a minute. Right. And I think that was one of those first lessons of like, learn what's yours, learn what isn't, learn what your duty to do and what isn't.
Yeah. I think my first example with that was sort of like that as well. I had a gentleman who used to be in football. So he had arthritis all over his body. And every time he was coming to see if we could get a handle on that. And so he would come in and he would just get on the table. He wouldn't tell me anything. And then we would start doing the work. And I'd be like, oh, my shoulder's so sore. Why is my shoulder so sore? I was fine. This was early. I had just started. And as soon as I was done, he would be like, oh, my shoulder's much better. I was like, huh. So I called my Reiki master. I'm like, what's going on, Susan? Because and she's like, oh, honey, you're a physical empath. It's okay. I'm like, okay. So that's when I realized I had to continue and learn how to sort of protect my own energy. I learned how to turn it up and down so I could turn it up when I first started, figure out where I need to go, and then turn it down to move forward. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Kaylee sharing, right, that she also had that happen where, right, during a session, my arms will start hurting and I know to go to that area in the person.
Yeah. So she definitely feels it in the body too.
Yeah. So this is where, for all of us that are doing that work, whether we're, doing it as a healer or we just are picking up these things, having clearing practices that we do regularly so that we're leaving everything, right? And then we're not carrying it.
Yeah.
I do have to share, I was shuffling cards as I oftentimes do. Hi, my name is Gerald on TarotStache. I have a stash of tarot cards. But as we were talking about this, and I had asked about the mirroring, I got the King of Pentacles followed by the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. It is the balance. It is the directive and the receptive. It is being able to direct that which needs to happen and to be able to slowly encourage something to move through. I always think of the Queen is the Queen's going to show you how to do it. The King is going to tell you exactly what needs to be done. It felt like the energy. Sometimes as we're working with energy, we have to go, well, now, isn't that interesting? What's this about? Let's see what happens. And then other times we go, out now, get out. You're not welcome here.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Looks like Trixie has it too.
That happens with me as an empath. I have to learn to keep a filter up in crowds, but sometimes it will hit me at home out of the blue, and I have to figure out who it belongs to.
Yep.
Yeah. And I've had that happen because I cross people over as part of my mission. Sometimes it's to do with them. So it's not even a physical person. It's so when it's because they like to show you their death state, which I'm like, thanks, but no. But it happens, right? They're trying to get your attention, and so they show you that. So, Yep. And then Trixie says, my palms itch when someone hurts around me. I have to ask before I do anything. Yeah, of course. And I use the body code by Dr. Bradley Nelson to clear energies, and it's been a game changing for me. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know why your screen is black, Trixie. Have you dropped into the void? I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
Oh no.
Trixie, there's a message from the past. From the other side.
Oh.
Yes, so Melanie says, before my clairs developed, I loved concerts. I can't do crowds anymore. Yeah. Death state. Oh, I mean, however they were at their moment of death is what that means. So like I went to this conference in Toronto, and I had just started doing crossing people over. And I walked into this house, and there was a little boy in the cupboard in the bedroom I was sleeping in, and there was a woman in the living room, and she had, what was hers? I think she had passed away of a heart condition. So I was actually feeling the pain, like it was a heart attack that she had. So I was actually standing there, like she was talking to me, and I'm feeling the pain in my chest of like a massive heart attack. And then the guy from next door, he comes through the wall, and I had a terrible neck pain because he actually fell down the stairs in that house and broke his neck. And so, yeah, that's what I mean by the death state. I had one of the first ones that I had to cross over. He'd been following me around, and I was at a spiritual circle. And so the guide that was guiding the circles said, does anybody have any messages? And this one stepped forward, and I had such a horrible headache. All of a sudden, I could hardly bring anything through. And he had a massive head injury in a car accident. And so I had to ask him to like back up a little bit because it was too strong. So for me, that's what that means. Turning
it down a little bit is quite valuable.
Yes, and this is what I do now. But those were both very early, so I wasn't quite. I hadn't picked that up yet. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, sending love and light. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. I've been very interested in psychopomp work, and I've struggled to find good information on that type of work. So if you have any suggestions, that would be awesome. Yeah, I mean, we can have a chat because I I do it frequently. If not, they just pile up around me. And I feel everybody's stuff. And then I think, why am I feeling so heavy? And I realize I have to cross people over. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and
just
you
reach
can
out.
work with the psychopumps to help. Like, I don't know, do you work specifically with a psychopump to help do the crossover?
No, I work with the angels to do it. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my method. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, some people consider angels a form of a psychopump.
Yeah. Well, I guess then yes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a spirit. It could be a deity. It could be any kind of like creature. It could be angelic. But depending on the tradition, because hypnicity is asking psychopump. So depending on the tradition that it comes from, it's an energetic being that helps with the crossing over of spirits. It helps them on their journey between realms.
One thing that I would suggest, just as I do with, I have an opinion, surprise. But if you are doing some searching, the internet gives you great ability to find information. Some of that information is crap and some of it is reputable. I would definitely, if you're looking for that, explore it, cross-reference it, do have a clear understanding of what you're trying to find, so that you don't get taken down a rabbit hole. And a lot of times, I do say, trust your intuition, trust your gut.
Absolutely,
it's our first brain.
Yeah.
But is this something that if the Hyoka Hawk, is this something they could reach out to you for, Tanys?
Absolutely. Yeah. Tanys
Links
at
in the description.
yes. Or Tanys at twillowlifestyle.ca. That's my email. I can put it in here actually.
There you go.
And depending on what tradition you're interested in, right? Like if you're big in the Egyptian tradition, you're going to want to connect with Anubis and talk to him and see, what kind of energy he's going to help you with. And yeah, I've got my Anubis over there. Hermes, I think, is the Greek mythology one, right? So it really just depends on the tradition that most resonates with you, and just start there and see, how that feels connecting with that particular energy.
Yeah.
And a welcome to
Timmy.
Hello, Timmy.
Hey, Timmy.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Awesome.
Bastet. Yep. Some work with Bastet.
Santa Muerte.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. See, depending on the tradition, there's so many.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But, even though, like you're saying up here, you've been doing it alone, for a while. I think that, there's often spirits there. Just ask them to make themselves known too, in terms of like who's helping.
Yes. Yes. And
yeah. I one of my main guides is Archangel Azrael. And so that's how I knew actually that I was supposed to be doing this work.
And I felt weird being a guy, but I see now that's okay.
Oh yeah, for
course.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
And Aja. Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
I think we're almost at our time for our home play.
Oh my goodness.
It flies by.
I appreciate the fact that you were both willing to slow down and talk a little bit about the different energy, because it feels good. There's so much going on and lots of lots of people are talking about, oh, there's ascension symptoms and disclosure and all of that stuff. And I'm going, well, we just did pass Beltane.
Mhm.
And so that energy is still running hot. We are in the year of the fire horse. That energy is running hot.
Yeah.
And we've got to have some sort of containers. And even though we may know something, looking at it again is really refreshing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I think it's so good to have like the basic understanding of what's going on and all of that. But to the comment very early on about journaling so that you know what it is for you specifically,
Right.
like that's just ideal because you
Yes.
want to know how you are impacted by it, not
Yeah.
just the generic kind of overview of being impacted by it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Well,
I'm getting pretty good, but I'm at a point where it would be cool to meet someone else that does this work. Yeah, so reach out. Happy to have a chat. And then Nalani says, proving once again that time really does fly.
oh, yes, it does.
Absolutely. Yeah, she also reaches out to Hecate.
Yes.
She whispers. And this, you know, that's an added thing.
All right.
Awesome.
So home play from Seeds from the Sacred Feminine. And I got Put Your Hands in the Dirt. Okay. Says, have you let yourself become too separate from the elements and your physical body? Sorry. I'm going to start over again, but like we're talking about being connected to Gaia, and we're talking about being connected to the Schumann, and we're talking being connected to all the stuff. Now I'm just going to go right back into this. You've let yourself become too separate from the elements, and your physical body knows it. Give Mother Earth an intimate handshake by running your hands through her soil. Whether you are a gardener or not, you will benefit from this ancient ritual. When the moisture from your hands mingles with the moisture of the earth, reconnection is made, and a recognition occurs. Earth meets earth. Take a moment to acknowledge your sacred mother and let her acknowledge you. Say hello and send her your gratitude. She is the source of life, and your life would not be without her. Do this often, for your mother misses the connection with her child. You need replenishing more often than you think.
It's like getting back to your baseline. So you're not dysregulated.
Yep.
Very grounding.
It's time to do that, for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we're finally at the point where the ground isn't so frozen anymore up here in the cold north.
Yes.
Yes. Indeed. I am just looking for a coupon code that I would like to give out.
By the way, everybody, please make sure you subscribe and you like the video. If you know somebody who would benefit from seeing this video, share it with them. I now have memberships on my channel, so that's something that people can explore if they're interested in that. So
Yes.
Awesome.
Very good.
Been fun.
What else have you got coming up?
Tonight I am on the Mystic Boar on vows, dragonfly crystals, back and forth with Jamie and Gerald. I have a light language show on Wednesday, and on Friday I believe I have a mediumship with Sun Psychic Jean. Yes.
Nice.
And then Wings of Insight. Basically, subscribe, because I do put everything on my community posts.
Yes. Very good. Jen, what have you got going on this week?
Well, later this evening, I believe we are both on with Kaylee Woo Woo Wonderment for a galactic roundtable.
Yes.
And then we're going to go galactic again, I believe, on Friday with Galactic Cab. So again, that like and subscribe, and you will be notified when we are live. And then, as I mentioned earlier, with that, if you like and subscribe, you're going to get the weekly kind of summary of the energy update for the week. Every Sunday is when I'm hoping to have that out. Then the Monday, Mystic Monday message, which is going to be a mystic message, and I'm going to try to tie it to the energy. So it's going to be a practice that you can do to help navigate the energy that is coming that week. And I'm contemplating, depending on if I have the energy for it or not, we will see, of doing a once a week pull with my new deck. And that might be on Wednesdays, I'm thinking. So that'll
There you
be,
go.
Yeah.
So lots happening on her channel. So make sure we like and subscribe.
Absolutely. And if
To
you're
all
on
three.
Facebook, at My Holistic Self, you'll get the daily energy update.
I love it. Get the daily.
The
Daily. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to do it. I got it done for May. We'll see if I keep going or not.
So much like Jen, I have dailies as well. So, you know, that's why it's important to just hook yourself up. So you get the little what's the word I'm looking for? Notifications.
Yes.
For all. Because we all have our stuff happening.
Absolutely.
And then we have
Ring the bell, people.
There we go.
That is an awesome bell.
That is an awesome bell. It's like a bell / disco ball.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. And then Jen, we have support group, I believe, this Saturday as well.
Oh, very nice.
Support group on Saturday. Let me add that.
And then I also have Kaylee and I, for those of you that are local, we are doing the last week of the Courageous Creation series that we've been doing in person. And this one is about crystals, so making crystal art. So please join us for that. And what else do I have going on? Oh, yes, I have. This is why I went to get the coupon code. I have a workshop that I'm doing on Sunday that is a body workshop. So all about how we hold energy in the body. And so that is a workshop that I am going to put a code here. You can put this in and you'll get it free.
Oh, nice.
So I guess I should give you the actual name of it, right? That would be helpful so that you know which one that's good for rather than just the body thing. It is called The Body Speaks, Listening to Your Body's Messages, Energy, and Inner Wisdom. That is the name. I don't know if I can copy this. Yes, I can. So that goes with this. There we go. That's the name of the class. So come on and check it out. Anything else we got going on? I think, well, you know about the stuff with Jen. So I think that's it for me this week.
I think that's everything.
It feels like a busy week this week. We have a lot going on. We have 4 podcasts and support group. And yeah.
It's a lot.
So we're going to have fun this week. Come and see us. So, final thoughts, Gerald?
In a world where you can be anything, be kind. And that includes being kind to yourself.
Definitely. Jen?
Know thyself. Take the time to sit with yourself. Honor what comes up. Hold space for what you need.
And I will sum it up the way I often do. Lead with love and let love lead you. And we'll see you next time on TarotStache, Twillow Talk. Bye now.